You've been defeated long enough and mistreated long enough. Queen, it's time to stand up. Queen, it's time to get up. Queen, it's time to rise. Queen, rise up.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, Queens. Rise up. You know how we do. This is Queen Rise Up Women Empowerment. What we do around here, we empower who you, that woman, to do what you know her worth and her value. Queen, listen, when you get up this morning, make the devil mad. You hear me? Make sure you got your foot on the jugular of his neck. Do you hear me? My name is Chantel C. Ross. This is Queen Rise Up. What we do around here, we empower that woman to do what you know her worth, spirit, soul, and body across every board of her life. Listen, Queen, you are important. You are somebody, and that is real talk. Can I tell you, you are worth it. You have to know that, and that is real talk. But meet me here Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we are live. Don't you miss it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, YouTube channel. Make sure you find me on TikTok at Queen Rise Up #1, and make sure you follow and you like and you share right here on Facebook. You hear me? So make sure you follow me, Instagram, Twitter. I'm like, you know what? Just Google me. I'm everywhere. Listen, but make sure you are following me so you don't miss it. Do you hear me? Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you for all those who have given, sown, supported. Let me do this morning before we even get started. Let me give a big shout out to my baby sister. Today is her birthday. Happy birthday to my baby sister. Queen, I love you. You are amazing. I want you to know that from the crown of your head to the sole of your feet. Do you hear me? Shout out to my baby sister. Happy birthday. I'm another day in the land of the living. Do you hear me? So live your best life. And I mean that real talk. Happy birthday, baby sister. Know that I love you. Be blessed. Listen to me, Queens. I want you to get up this morning and open up your mouth and you declare over your life what God says concerning you. Because remember, life and death is in the power of your tongue. You make those utterance into the atmosphere and you have the power to change things. Do you hear me? Today is a new day. It is a fresh dawning, a new beginning, a new start. So how you start your day is very important. Yesterday is gone. Tomorrow hasn't even come, but today. So today, open up your mouth and declare that I am. Come on, say it with me. I am who God says I am. I can do what God says I can do. I am the head and not the tail. I am above and not beneath. I am more than a conqueror. Come on, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I am that of a royal priesthood. I am prosperous. I am healthy. I am wealthy. Whoa! Yes, I am. Come on, I am that of a royal priesthood. I am bold. I am confident. Oh my goodness. Come on. I need you to rise up this morning, Queens, from the inside out, not just from the outside in. Listen, you got to learn how to put your money where your mouth is. Do you hear me? Listen, if you believe that you're the head, I am worthy. Come on. Listen to me. Real talk. Open up your mouth this morning and declare it. Come on. Thank you for the shout out. Listen, good morning, Queens. Listen, I am created to succeed. Come on. Come on. Come on. Don't start nothing this morning. Here we go. You were designed, maybe in fact you were made in his likeness and in his image. Open up your mouth this morning and say it. I don't care. I am a jewel. Come on, listen. I am the fragrance of God. Come on. I am the redeemed of God. I am forgiven. I am whole. I am free. I need you. Whoa! Listen, come on. Y'all got excuse me because I get excited about the things of God. I promise you I do. In spite of, you say what God says who you are in spite of. You decree it and declare that thing over your life. Do you hear me this morning, Queens? Because listen, we know the enemy is like a crouching tiger waiting to prowling to pounce. Come on, to take advantage of circumstances and situations. It doesn't even matter what the situation is. Don't you know God's words trump everything, and that is real talk. What do you believe this morning that you are? Do you operate in that operation, that thing that you believe? And that's real talk. Do you believe that you have a mind like Christ? Oh, let me have a sip this morning. This is real talk this morning. Declare this morning, my mind is sound and stable. You are not double-minded in all your ways. Stable. Your mind is sound. Real talk this morning. Come on, listen to me. Listen to me. You are who God says you are. You are fearfully and you are wonderfully made. Do you hear me? From the crown of your head to the soles of your feet. You are fearfully. You are wonderfully made. Listen to me. That Queen, whatever color, creed, culture, background you may be, you are beautiful. Do you hear me? You are the fragrance of God. You are the apple of his eye. Your culture, your creed, your background, your denomination, it doesn't matter. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. Do you hear me? Queen, listen to me. Rising up this morning from the inside out, not from the outside in. Yesterday we were talking about the shift of God and how uncomfortable God's shift is. But you have to know, listen, even in the shift, no matter how chaotic that thing may be, you got to know, listen to me, don't you lose heart. Don't lose heart. It's a new day. I just came by to give somebody some hope this morning to let you know today is a new day. It's a new dawning. It is a fresh start for you. Do you hear me? Today is that day. Listen to me. He says, don't you lose heart. Don't lose heart. Keep the faith. Keep the hope. Keep striving. Keep pushing. Keep walking. Do you hear me this morning? I know sometimes the going gets tough in the shift, and sometimes we can get, come on, you are everything that God says you are, and sometimes we get stuck in the shift of a thing. Don't get stuck in the shift. Keep moving. Come on, you got to keep moving. He says, let me lock and load this morning, and let me keep my cool because I get so excited. I promise you, I do. He says, 2 Corinthians 4:16. So we do not lose heart, because we have to understand, though our outer self is wasting away, our inner self is being renewed day by day. Today is the day of renewal. Today is the day of your fresh start. Today is the day of your restart. Even while you are shifting, he says, listen, I need you to plant where you are. I need you. Don't wait for things to happen, Queen. He says, listen, it's a new day, so take a new approach. If you keep trying to do the same things you've always done, you're going to get the same results. That's just bottom line. Don't limit God to what he's trying to do in your life. Do you hear me? And if you can't keep doing the same thing, you're going to get the same results. Some things are not that you used in the last season ain't gonna fly in this season. I'm going to help somebody. You're shifting. Oh, come on. Somebody say, I'm shifting. It's a new day. It's a new dawning. Come on, Queen. It's a new day. It's a new dawning. Come on. And that, don't you lose heart. Listen, you might be dying every day on the outer, but the inner man should be being built up, risen up, strengthened, renewed. Do you hear me this morning? He says, listen, and with things and in the midst of God transitioning you or shifting you and elevating, you have to know everything is done in his timing. If you go to Ecclesiastes 3:11, let me see if I can take my time. Y'all help me this morning. Good morning, LaKendra. Listen to me. I want to say this. Good morning, Queens. Let me take my time this morning because sometimes we want to rush the process. We think it should be like microwavable. It should be right now. There's a process. There's a process that you must go through. I don't care how chaotic it may be, how off the wall it may look, but I need you to understand. He says, Ecclesiastes 3:11. Let me lock and load in your spirits this morning. He said, he makes everything beautiful in its time. Oh, let me have a sip. He makes everything beautiful in its time. In other words, he'll take your ashes and turn them to beauty in time. That crooked way that he'll make it straight in time. I'm going to help somebody this morning. Listen to me. This is a new day for you. Do you hear me? This is a new day. Shake the dust off and get into your right position. Somebody said, this is my new day. This is my fresh start. Fresh start, how you going to think? How are you thinking about that thing? Change your mindset on that thing. If you can see it out of your eyes, how God will have you to see it, I promise you'll be in perfect peace. I promise you. Instead of using that thing that you may believe is working against you, you'll be like, okay, this thing is working for me. and not against me? Do you change how you thinking about that thing? Remember that all things work together for good for those who love God and that are called according to his purpose. Oh, that thing is working for me. It's a new day. So that process, or that what you may feel like is a tragedy or a disappointment, it's a new day. It's a new day. How are you starting your new day, Queen? Are you willing to fight for what's rightfully belongs to you? Are you willing to go and take what the enemy has stolen from you? Are you willing? It's a new day, Queen. This is real talk today. Or you going to sit there and settle for less? For every ambush, come on, listen to me. You going to settle for less? Don't you settle for less? Don't you compromise? And this is real talk. It is a new day. Somebody say, it is a new day. It is a new day. Walk in it like it's new. Walk like you know it's new. Walk like there's plans for you in this day. And this is real talk. Even when it doesn't seem like it. Do you hear me? Even when you don't feel like it. Keep walking it out. And this is real talk this morning. This is for somebody who maybe been on the sideline. Maybe you got tired in the process. He says, listen, steadfast. Listen, don't lose heart. Stay steadfast and unmovable. And sometimes to be steadfast will challenge your very being. Your total man? It will challenge your total man. But you got to know that you are in your new beginning, that you are in your fresh start, that everything is beautiful in God's timing. Do you hear me? And this is real talk. He doesn't want you to lose heart, because remember, the race isn't given to the swift or the strong, but the one that endures to the end. This is real talk this morning. Listen, get up this morning and learn how to encourage yourself. Get up this morning. Come on, say, this is my new day. This is my fresh start. This is my new beginning, my new lease on life. Do you hear me? And this thing is up to you. I don't care what smacked up against your house. I don't care what you're dealing with. Today is a new day for you to do something. Come on. As a matter of fact, do something different today. What are you doing different today? Are you keep doing the same thing, saying the same thing, going the same way? Do something. Come on, tell God, listen, help me. Come on, Jesus, take the wheel. If it's a new day and you keep waking up and doing the same routine, you're going to have the same results, especially if they're not healthy and profitable. In this new day, make your decisions profitable unto you. Do you hear me? Make your new day so that, listen, you'll get the best out of it. We say, I'm going to live my best life. Queens, listen, but you got to learn how to steadfast. You got to remember that God has a plan for you. Do you know that God has a plan for you? If you don't, today is your new day to know it, according to Jeremiah 29:11. Today is your new day. God has a plan already worked out, prepared. You've already been chosen and designed for. You got to get up and walk like it, act like it, know like you know. Listen, you are that of a real royal priesthood. You are the head and not the tail. You've been chosen. You've been branded. Walk in your new day like you've been chosen. Let me have a sip this morning. You know what? Rejoice and be glad in it. Don't start now. You got to rise up. You've been chosen. What you gonna do? Not that you're the chosen one. I need you to get up. How you gonna operate in your new days? Let me just talk to you a little bit. Let me take my cool. Let me take my time, because I'm excited, because every day is a new opportunity to become better than you were yesterday. Today is a new opportunity to grab hold to something. Let me tell you something, Queen. Real talk. Today is a new day. Do you hear me? It's a new dawning. Matter of fact, Queen, we're getting ready. The times that we're getting ready to embark on, and we are currently living in, Queens, you have to be built up from the inside out, not from the outside in. And you do. It's a call of duty. Don't start nothing, Jackie. The call of duty. Do you hear me? But this thing starts with you. And this is real talk. Where did you start this morning? Did you start with your children? I know I started in prayer. Let's listen. Where did you start your day? How did you start your day? What was your initiation? What was your talk like? What was your thought like? When my feet hit the ground, I said, Lord, I thank you. No matter what the spiritual warfare is going on, doesn't matter, Lord, when our feet hit the ground. Matter of fact, when I realized in my conscious mind that I was awake, Lord, I thank you. Do you hear me? How you start your day? Listen, I don't care about the chaos. I ain't thinking about the cat, the dog. Listen to me, Lord, I thank you. How are you getting up this morning? Lord, I thank you, even in spite of Thank you that it's a new day. Thank you that it's a fresh start. Thank you that I can start again. Thank you for your grace and mercy. How you start your day, it matters, queens. He said, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. He said, rejoice even when it's good, when it's bad. Good morning, Marsha. How did you start your day? Because sometimes we can pump up and look more at the spiritual warfare and the issues of life. Man, just tell them thank you. And you know what, Lord, we thank you for a new day. Thank you for a fresh start. Thank you for a new beginning. Thank you for a sound mind. Thank you for a sound heart. Thank you for a steadfast love. You better listen, don't start none, won't be none. It is a brand new, fresh day. Come on, listen to me. Fresh anointing. Oh, Jackie, don't you start nothing this morning, Queen. Good morning, Marsha. Listen to me, Queens. Real talk. Let me sip this morning. Wait a minute. A new day. New fresh oil. That means you're going to have some, you may even have some new challenges. But today is a new day for a new start. You have to decide. You decide. How you gonna listen to me? How you gonna handle your today? Or your today gonna handle you? Do you hear me? Let me have a sip this morning. Or your day will handle you. Some of you in this room this morning have come too far to turn back. There is too much in store for you, and everything is made beautiful in its time. So that means that there's a process. Come on, there's a process for fresh oil, Queen. Let me take a pause break. There is a process for fresh oil. Squeezing. Come on, there's a process, and the pressing. Real talk. Today's your new day. Matter of fact, don't let in your shifting, your elevation of your going up, you getting some new oil. Real talk. I want to say, don't you allow anyone to hinder your progress. Do you hear me? Or anything. If it is not, come on. Good morning, Queen. Come on. It is a great morning. He says, listen, even it's by faith, even if it doesn't feel like it. You've been through your worst experience. Lord, we thank you. Today is a good day. It's a day that the Lord has made, and I will rejoice and be glad in it. And I know sometimes we don't feel like rejoicing. Child, please. Sometimes we don't feel the joy of the Lord. And that is honest. It is not all times that you're going to feel your best self. You have to open up your mouth and you have to declare it. You have to open up your mouth and you have to say it. Because we won't always feel our best self. Did you hear me? Come on, listen to me. Don't start nothing. Listen, you got to get up and encourage yourself. Pamela, listen to me. Because this is a new day. You got to learn how to rise up from the inside out, not from the outside in. Not based on circumstances. Today, no matter what happens, today is a new day. No matter what happens, this is the day that the Lord has made. Listen to me. Listen to me. Let me say it again. No matter what happens, this is the day that the Lord has made. Do you hear me? And this is real talk. You got to learn. Come on, listen to me. Oh, don't start nothing, Pam. Because listen, he's raising us up from the inside. This thing from the inside that you're going to need. This, I'm telling you, you're going to need it in this hour. You're going to be able. You're going to need it in this season. I'm telling you, there is some things that's going to hit. Even the airways may even knock at your door. You got to be able, come on, to encourage yourself. Lord, listen to me, even on the worst day of your life, because you're not going to always feel like Super Wonder Woman. I got news for you. Do you hear me? Listen, you're going to win some, and then you're going to lose some, but you got to know how to keep going on come on, that's real talk. Do you hear me? You will win some, you will lose some, and that's just part of life. Did you hear me? But you have to know that no matter what happens, listen to me, I still win. God got this. May not know all the process or the results of a thing. Can I tell you, I have lost many battles. Can I tell you? But he says all things work together for good that love God and that are called according to his purpose. It is not every Even David lost some. Did you hear me? Don't. Listen, there is days where you just don't feel like it. Do you hear me? There is days where you got to learn how to push past the powers, the principalities, the rulers. And I'm going to tell you, sometimes when you're working outside of the alignment of God, can I tell you, sometimes you'll miss the mark, you'll fall short of the glory of God. So listen, and this is having balance, queens, real talk. You will have those days. Life will challenge you. Deliverance, it don't come easy all the time. Deliverance comes with trial and error. You're trying to figure this thing out. How this thing work in the spiritual realm. Did you hear me? But today is your new day. Opportunity to learn. Opportunity to regroup. Opportunity to go again. It is your opportunity. It's a new fresh day. And grace and mercy is all up in it. Did you hear me? Grace and mercy is in this moment for you. But everything is a process and made beautiful in time. Come on, listen. Listen, we are predestined. God won't fail himself once you are on accord, one of my one body. Listen. And the reason why I like to keep a balance in this thing, because God is perfect. We are not. He said, all I need you to do is to be willing. Be willing for the new start. Be willing to take the opportunity in the new day. Be willing. It's by faith. It's by faith. Your new day. It's by faith. You was going to wake up. I just know I was getting up today. You couldn't tell. It was by faith. Did you hear me? It was by faith. It's by faith that I know God has a plan. So when you operate and you move in your new day, you're moving by faith. Jeremiah 29:11. Good morning, Queens. It's by faith. It is not by feelings. It is not based on circumstances. I was driving yesterday. I heard him say, he says, I'm your provider. And carry on. Did you hear me? By faith. Sometimes you're looking for things to come in a particular type of package in a way. Based on all the hard work that you put in. But he says, I am. He is the provider. Everything else outside of him is the resource. Let me have a sip today. Today's a new day. Because maybe you've been depending on the resources and not the source. This morning, don't you lose heart, queens. Do you hear me? Kimberly, good to see you, queen. Don't you lose heart. 2 Peter 3:18. He says, grow in grace and in knowledge of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. To him be the glory both. Come on, now and the day. Queen, is by faith. Bottom line, got up this morning just believing and just trusting. Just by faith, there's a plan. Real talk. But you got to grow in grace. You grow in knowledge. You got to go through the process. Somebody said, it is a new day. And I shall not lose heart. Queen, one thing about this, you're rising up from the inside out. It has to be, it's being renewed day after day. This outer man is daily dying, but that inner man is being renewed, strengthened. Real talk from the inside. Oh, don't start none. From the inside out. Do you hear me? It doesn't matter where you've been. Come on. You gotta go through it. It is so necessary. Oh my goodness. Don't start nothing this morning, Queen. It is necessary. Without measure, without a shadow of a doubt. You hear me? And sometimes we don't like our experiences. We could have chose better choices and had other outcomes. Sometimes it just is what it is. I think about Paul when he talks about his thorn. When he wanted to do good, evil was always present. But keep walking. Paul kept walking, did he not? He didn't allow that thorn to stop him from losing heart. He didn't let that thorn stop him from seeing things beautiful. He didn't let that thorn stop him from, becoming and being and doing what God has purposed him to do. He says, listen, when I want to do good, evil is always present. I'm going to help somebody today. He didn't stop running the race. He got up and he just kept fighting the good fight of faith. Did you hear me this morning? It's a new day. This is your new day. That thorn that you think that God can't use, he'll use the very thorn to accomplish his purpose. I want you to get up this morning. Don't call it, oh. And this is real talk. It's a new day. It's a fresh start. It is your new beginning. Get up this morning and reset how you're thinking. How you're thinking this morning. Are you saying what God says? Declare this morning, I am steadfast and unmovable. Queens, it's up to you. You know that. Good morning, Queen. It's up to you. It's your new day. And sometimes things may be in their same positions, or your environment and things in it hasn't moved tangibly. But you got to learn how to move spiritually. It's a new day. You got to learn how to move spiritually. Do you hear me? Come on. Unmovable and steadfast. And Big Red. Come on, Renee. This is from the inside out, not from the outside in. So when you're standing up, you're not standing up because that thing is still there. You're standing up because you are who God says you are. You can do what God says you can do. That listen to me, I am more than a conqueror. Listen to me, that all things work together for good. Listen to that love God and called according to his purpose. If I commit my ways unto him, listen to me, if I commit my ways unto him, listen to me, those things will be established. You just got to start thinking differently. Do you hear me? Even when you had your worst day. Your worst day. Today is still a new day. You got to open up your mouth and declare that thing. Today is a new day, even on your worst day. And we will have them. Do you hear me? Come on, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Come on, that's real talk this morning. It's a new day. It's a new day. And the more you keep saying what God says, the stronger you'll get. In your spirit, man, do you hear me? And the mentals, even in your spirit or your mind. Come on. According to his purpose, only let me have a sip this morning. Whoa, listen. Even on your worst day, Queen, we will have some bad days. Do you hear me? It's called life. It is called life. There is things that are going to be thrown at you unexpectedly. It's called life. People are going to make decisions concerning you. It's called life. Listen to me, people. Listen to me. You might not even get invited to the party. It's called life. Do you hear me? When your mind is bombarded and overwhelmed, it's called life. You just got to know how to shift and bounce back when you recognize those things are happening in your life. Listen, when God called you for your purpose, he said, you shall stand. Come on, he said, the gates of hell will not prevail. The struggles are real, but the rewards are priceless, and that is real talk. Do you hear me? Listen. You're going to have, Queen, it's a new day. You can't stay in the corner. You got to walk your life out. Every day. And rejoice and be glad. Get up and get in the arena of your life. Listen. It's called life. Some of us in this room, come on, it's called life. Have walked in, walked through, walked out of. You might even still be in. Do you hear me? That thing. But I want you to know this morning, in your new day, your fresh start, God has a plan for everything. Do you hear me? He has a plan for you. He'll take what you've been through, those experiences, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and use them for the greater good. Do you hear me? And that many of you got testimonies of some of your backgrounds, your backdrop. Some of those testimonies was the testimony of the gateway. Come on. Whoa, listen to me. To lead the way. Do you hear me? Those backdrops of your life, those struggles, that listen to me, that God was able to help you to overcome and to get over. Those are your best opportunities to use them for the assignment. Do you hear me? And that is real talk. But you got to be steadfast, unmovable, sound in your mind. Double-minded man is unstable in all their ways. Listen. Come on. He sees all. He sees all. He knows all. Real talk. You know, sometimes, let me just be real. Let me just do real life. Let me just bring it to, let me have a sip this morning before we, let me do this. It's one thing to talk this talk, and it's different to walk what you talking. Do you know, for years, I would say what God would say, but I did not know. I didn't know how to engage. I didn't know how to engage. I had good church rhetoric but didn't know how to operate. When you learn how to operate in this thing, there's a difference. You hear me? When you're on your last leg and he tells you, I am your provider, you better keep walking. You hear me? When you feel like you're getting ready to lose your MINDS, all your minds, you got to learn how to engage and let this mind be in me. Oh, listen to me. Let my mind be in me like Christ Jesus. It's a new day. You got to keep walking. You got to keep going. You can't. Even as we come here, when you leave, how are you living in your new day? How are you taking hold of your life? Sometimes we can be our worst enemy by the way that we think. It's a new day. Today is your opportunity for a fresh start. Today. Not yesterday, not tomorrow. Today. Real talk. Are you, because we can think ourselves out of alignment. Do you hear me? Come on. You do have to grow and mature. And that is real talk. And that's across the board. He said, I pray that you be in good health even as your soul prospers. Today is a new day for you. And so in new days, that means you got to make some new decisions. That's a new day. I mean, you may do something different. Start creating different habits. When you get up in the morning, real talk, maturity. Are you a giver? Are you a taker? Change some of them habits. When you get up in the morning, do you set your house up in a tone of peace or distractions? It's a new day. Do you look for positive or you always looking for the negative? Oh, it's a new day. Come on. Renee Mack, you are a chill forgiver. To God be the glory. Do you hear me? Hey, listen. Cheerful. Do you hear me? Let me have it, sir. Let me keep it positive. Real talk. It's a new day. It's a new day. Have you ever been talking? You had to change you hear yourself, you gotta change your sound, you need to change your language. For you mess up your own day. You hear me? Because you can talk yourself out of opportunity. You can talk yourself out of the kingdom blessings I'm releasing. Man, you have to. Today is a great day. The way is already made. I am prosperous. I am healthy. Come on, God be the glory. Queen, real talk. A lot of times you got to see yourself in the spirit of your mind and start calling those things as not. Listen, as though they are. Do you hear me? Real talk. I told you guys I have a pet peeve of dishes being in the sink. And so today, I get up, thank you, Lord. I walk to the sink, not one side loaded, but both sides are loaded. I looked at them dishes, I said, it is what it is. Did you hear me? Not today. Because if you keep saying the same thing concerning those things, you're going to get the same aggravated effects. Going to take you out your peace. It is what it is. And you better keep it moving. Do you hear me? Sometimes you got to go ahead and kick rocks. It's a new day. So those things that, you don't get the same results. Not today and not on my watch. Listen, real talk. Oh, yep, and just move on. And move on. Don't come on, real talk. You got places to go. And God is using those small little opportunities to advance you in your spirit, man. Let me have a sip this morning. Come on, it's a new day. He used those things to advance you. We keep thinking it's these great, big things. He used those small little things to advance you. And the key, do you hear me? It's a new day. Now, it's different if let me do this. Let me help somebody. Don't stop. Let me do this for you. Because that don't mean that you just accumulate and allow things to get out of order. No. But maybe today, this is that day. So don't be talking about, you know what, this is this and this is that. Oh, just, no, you have to make sure you're being responsible. And that is not your everyday type of living. Oh, let me have a sip. Because some of us need to clean up. Oh, I'm going to have a sip this morning. Y'all going to excuse me. I feel like I got real talk. But if you know that is not your lifestyle, and that thing just happened, and but some of us are living like that each and every day. Now, you know what? Excuse me. Real talk. Use those opportunities to grow. Because a lot of times, what's going on the outside is really what's reflected on the inside. Put the garbage out. Don't sit now. Sip this one. Let me have a sip on you. He comes in whatever. Do you hear me? Whatever access and opportunity he can get, he'll use it. I think about, and a lot of times when we are experiencing things in life, don't you know God is, he's always, I am never, ever, ever, ever bored. My life is the most, I promise you, there is not a boring day. Do you hear me? Not one. Not one. Long as God is talking and we are rolling, there is not my life it is colorful to me. Listen, when nobody's in the room, do you hear me? Because I believe God used every opportunity as opportunity for his greatness in you. Not to hurt you, to harm you, not to belittle you, but to use those opportunities for greatness. And that's real talk. Come on, every day. And sometimes, Jackie, it's not always easy to say what God says. Matter of fact, yesterday I had to go to on an excursion, and I'm watching a young lady. She's like on the telephone, talking while she's at work. So she's doing like this, making the food at Kentucky Fried Chicken. I'm like, and even in all that, you got to watch your temperature. got to watch how you feel in the inside. And my thing was this. That's all I was saying to myself. If she put the phone down, she'd be more productive. Instead of working with one hand, she'd be bad with two. I wasn't mad with her. But I was like, if she just be more productive. And then sometimes you wonder what's on their mind. But you change your mindset. You change your thoughts, change your words, you change your habits. And that is real talk. This is Consumer Reportly. Wait a minute, Queen. Wait a minute. Let me go back. Y'all, wait a minute. Consumer Report. How to clean practically everything and anything is spiritual. He says first natural, then spiritual. When I'm just giving an example. Even the young lady. I didn't look at the fact that it was external. But I'm like, what's going on inside of her mind? So whatever's going on out here is going on in here. So all of this was an expression of how she's thinking. So what you do outwardly really is what's going on within you. I said today is a new day. What's going on within you? He says it's not what goes into a man that defiles him, but what comes out of him. It's a new day, queens. It's a new day. It's a new day. What's coming out of you in thought, in deed? It's a new day. It's a new day. It's a new day. It's a new day. How you decide to handle it's going to be, it's up to you. And may you handle it with the word of God so he can renew your mind, that your inward man is being renewed day by day, that you are transforming from the inside out, not from just the outside in. They say this. Let me go to what you said about cleaning. A lot of times, really what's happening on the outside, a lot of clutter, mildew. Come on, real talk, clutter. Not organized. Something's going on inwardly. Can't stay committed. What's going on inwardly that you can't stay committed? It's a new day, queens, that you cannot stay committed to what you put your hands to, what you put your mind to. How many projects have you began? Come on, there's a lot of queen baggage. What's throwing you off? Sometimes we won't stay in that thing long enough to get the results that you're looking for. It's a new day. You're right on the brink of what God has promised you because it's taking too long or the time. You find something else new to do. Do you know that if you don't finish some of the things that you're putting your hand to, you're going to do it every single project you get, every business you own? There is something that he's trying, every moment, he's trying to teach you in those things. It's a new day. Have you ever been consistent? 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Consistent. And I know we have some delays, circumstances. We stop one thing and go pick up another thing. Stop one thing and go pick up another thing. Don't be anxious for any real talk. Get something and go all the way, whether it's simple. How can you become better at something if you don't keep going? Consistency. It's a new day. Matter of fact, steadfast, unmovable, stable, sound. And a lot of times he's just trying to teach us something, show us something, build us up. I think about it because we're getting ready to go walk it out. When I started walking out 30 minutes, underneath that extra layer of skin, I know there's a muscle in there. I know there's a muscle down there. But for a long time, I couldn't see it. But I kept going. I know it's in there. I know you're in there. But you had to keep going. And you had to build it up. It's in there. But if you stop, how you gonna know what you don't even know what you're capable of? You don't even know what you're capable of. The potential, your possibilities. If you don't keep going, you will miss your connecting flight. Let me have a sip this morning. It's a new day. Don't miss your connecting flight, Queen, on this one. You hear me? Don't miss it. If you don't create the content, get in there, go stretch your tents in them areas of your life. It is not given to the swift or the strong, but the one that endures to the end. Queen, real talk. Some of us don't have enough even endurance to endure the deliverance process. Even deliverance, you got to endure. Deliverance, you got to know that God has a plan. Deliverance, I'm talking to somebody today, and deliverance, whoa! You got to know that you know that you know. Remember being in the situations that I was in. Queens, I just kept pounding. And I was pounding that I would no longer live like this. I was pounding. Today is the last day. It was pounding. My mind will be renewed. I was pounding. I'm severing every cord. Come on, listen to me. Now I'm on the next level. My way is already prosperous. I shall be wealthy. Keep pounding. And sometimes we stop. It's a new day. No more inconsistencies. Be consistent. Real talk. Queens, I kept pounding. To every demonic force, loose this change, you hear me? I kept pounding till tradition and religion were no longer. Do you hear me? I kept pounding. Whoa, listen. Come on. You see, even when I went through cancer, I couldn't stop. Come on, listen, you had to fight to live. Queens, when you create a habit for doing something so long, it will tie to you. Listen. There's going to be more. You got to get beyond this external exterior. I kept pounding. By all means necessary, you hear me? I even had to pound on areas of my own personal life that were holding me back. I kept pounding. Do you hear me? If I found myself falling in the same places all the time, what is this? What is this about? And I would say, I'm going to win this one this time. And I would keep aiming, because if I'm victorious and I am a winner, because there was moments where I would lose, but I kept saying, if I am who God says I am, I can do this. Keep pounding. It's a new day. And this is real talk. Come on, real talk. Real talk. You guys might not know it, but I'm not the, and you guys ain't gonna know this, but I'm gonna tell you today, I wasn't the best cook in the world. Now, we weren't gonna go hungry. I wasn't the best cook. But then I made me a kitchen corner and started cooking. You know what? Don't stop, no, won't be none. So I created me a kitchen corner. The thing that you told me I couldn't do, I can do all things. Did you hear me? I went and got a blue microwave. I got me some Bluetooths. I got me some pretty knives. I got me some hand mints. Y'all ain't seen, I don't know if you guys will ever catch that after those episodes where I would do Chantel C. Ross Cooking Corner. And I would literally bring meals to the table, easy cooking meals. Some days we'll play some jazz. Come on. I would not allow what I couldn't do to stop me. Because if you can teach us, you can do all things. But everything is in time. And not in man's time, but in God's time. Do you hear me? In God's time. And that's real talk. That's real talk. Queens, I want you to join me over on 30 minutes of walking it out. 30 minutes. 30 minutes. Self-love, it's a new day. Don't start nothing, Queen. Love my smoothies. I've been, just keep watching me. I've been smoothing it every day. Do you hear me? Done mastered it. I even take my spinach and freeze my spinach in the freezer. Do you hear me? Freeze the spinach. Yeah, hold on. This garbage day. Hold on, because I don't think my son... That was serious, because my son has not done his response. He did not take the garbage out. That's the recycler. Excuse me. But listen. Real talk. Queens, listen to me real good. Y'all, excuse me, that was a serious moment, because I can hear the jokers in front of my house, but I know ain't no garbage cans outside. Did you hear me? But that's the recycler. But real talk this morning. Man, you better make sure you take the garbage out. Don't start, no, it won't be none. But 30 minutes of self-love. Man, his word, Queen, it will teach you. It will teach you. It's the best. It's a new day. It's a new day. If you find yourself saying the same things, change it. Catch yourself. Let the word of God arrest that thing. This is the best day of the rest of my life. You hear me? It's the best day of the rest of your life. It's a new day. It's your day. And what you do when it matters, Queens. I just want to encourage you to tell you it's your new day today. Don't you lose heart. Keep striving. Keep pursuing. Get hold of that thing and go all the way. There are some things that you are afraid to try. At least try it. Let me have a sip. At least try it. At least try it. And that's real talk. At least try it. In my mind, I just knew I was a seamstress. When it got me a sewing machine. Did you hear me? I thought I was gonna be the next listen, I thought I was gonna be the next fashion designer. Did you hear me? I was gonna make my own. The best thing that I made was a skirt with some elastic. You couldn't tell me nothing. It hit my ankles, sideline, and a waistband. Boy, I got more compliments than, you know what? Try it. Do you hear me? At least try. You won't know until you do it. You will not know. Made me a few pillows. Try it. It's a new day. Maybe you need to go to sewing classes. I believe they're free at the fabric stores. Go try it. It's your new day. Enjoy your life. This is real talk, queens. Sometimes we hold up our lives based on circumstances. Matter of fact, when I learned how to sew, man, I was going through all kinds of chaos when I was trying to teach myself how to connect the dot. Did you hear me? And put a pin in and change a needle. Real talk. Come on, don't start nothing. Listen, but you may listen. But I made it. At least try. It's a new day. You never know what you'll find out about yourself in the process. Your potential that's really in you. And maybe that thing that you started was great for something greater. But how would you know if you don't even attempt to try? And that's real talk. Queens, I want you to come join me 30 Minutes of Self-Love over on TikTok. Self-love. Who knew self-love was going to turn into a ministry such as itself? Self-love. And Queen, self-love is like it. That's exactly what it's like, celebrating yourself, motivating yourself, empowering yourself, but all through the Word of God. Did you hear me? Now, don't get yourself in trouble. But being empowered through the Word and by the Word of God. And this is real talk. It's a new day. What you do when it matters. Make sure you join me on the other side. Guys, I'll see you. And make sure you check out Queen Rise Up Apparel. Grab your t-shirts, your support. If you haven't sold, you can sold if you desire to do so. Let me share the Cash App with you as well. That's Queen Rise Up #1 for the Cash App on you catch it. And then there's PayPal or Zelle. I want to thank you for those who have given, those who've been supportive. I appreciate you. Those who sold their $22 for the month of July. Those who are committed to sowing their $22, sowing their seed. I appreciate you. Let me tell you, for the year of expectation, I'm going to tell you right now, things have been happening. Spirit, soul, and body. Do you hear me? Why? Because there was expectation for year 2022, $22. That's what our commitment was. Listen to me. And for those who've been rocking with me here on TikTok, not TikTok, but on Facebook and here at Queen Rise Up, and God has bless your heart, grace your heart. I always say, always sow into the places that has helped you become your best you. And that is real talk. Some of you even come in here, you are working your ministries. And I hear you. Did you hear me? I want you to know that. So make sure if you're sowing on the ground, eating on the ground, pouring into the ground, Queen Rise Up. And we come here every day, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we're not only just reaching out, you're not commenting only on Facebook, you are reaching YouTube as well. Did you know that? So make sure you're sowing in the ground so we can keep things going, so we can keep the lives pushing, keep the apps in motion. So make sure you sow into the ground, because one day maybe it's gonna be you that's gonna get out there. Maybe someone's gonna tap on your name to see what you bring into the table. And this is real talk. So make sure you sow into the ground. That may even giving you opportunity. Did you hear me? Some of you leaving comments. I go back and look at your comments. Man, y'all banging. Y'all got products. You got services. You got things going on your page. So make sure you are giving to the ground. Come on, this is real talk. And some of you do a lot of talking in here. Do you hear me? And so you're talking. So when you speak much, it brings attraction to you. So make sure when you're on your content that you're carrying on your pages, that you're bringing something to the table. You don't know what somebody might want that you have. So in the ground that you come on and come in, launching you into areas that you can't even imagine. Do you hear me? Make sure you're sowing into the ground. Don't just keep taking. Take. You got to give back. This is real talk this morning. Give back into the ground. And this is real talk. Some of you come here to empower women just by the words that you speak one to another. Some of you been tapping on this ground. Can't keep taking. You got to also. Oops. Let me sip this morning. I ain't even looking at the comments. I'm going to keep on. I'm going to keep rolling. Sip. Because I know in this room, there are leaders. Real talk. Your words that you speak in here, they're either going to build somebody up or break somebody down. They're going to either empower and this is real talk. There's a lot of liberty in this room. I know there is. There's a lot of liberty. A lot of liberty. And I do it because I believe every woman in this room has a voice. Every woman that catch on board has a purpose. Some of you come in here and speak for the first time, You've been able to say things that's been on your heart that you haven't said in a long time. Some of you are watching from the sideline. You ain't even tapped in and came in live. But you've been listening. Oops, Mel said. But you've been listening. You've been growing. You've been evolving. You've been stretching your tent. You've been changing your mind. You've been changing your character. You've been changing your attitude. Some of you, religion has been broken off of your life. And I hear the silence in the room. I don't even see your comments. Not today. It's a new day. It's a new day. It's a new day. You can't keep drawing from a person's well. Excuse me, I'm from the sip. Queens, I know you've risen up. And you're coming up. Real talk. So sow into the ground that feeds you, that helps you, that encourages you. These are principles of queenship. Do you hear me? These are principles. These are another level of maturity on your end. This is real talk. Where you start to mature. Because only kids take. But when you start going to new levels in your journey, there are some women in this room who are blowing my mind. And some of them, I've not only known them for a short period of time, but I feel like an eternity. This is real talk. Real talk, you hear me? Oh, I feel the fiery dart. Let me have a sip this morning, but not on my watch. You hear me? But real talk. You have those in your local arena. These queens that I've met, they global. You hear me? Global. I had more support on people I didn't even. This real talk. Because some of you women in this room have so much to give. And that's real talk. And that day will come when he'll bring you on this platform as she still grows and expands. Because some of you need to tell your stories with your face in the scene. Some of you have autobiographies that need to be written. Do you hear me? Somebody want to hear and know your story. And maybe Queen Rise Up is your opportunity, your place. Make sure you sow into the ground. And that's real talk. Queens, y'all meet me on the other side. I do not see your comments. Not today. I don't even know if y'all typing. If I just hear silence in the room. I cannot see you, and it is by choice today. Because it's a new day. As it is for you, as it is for me. It is a new day. Real talk, do you hear me? And I know God has a plan for each and every last one of you. Y'all join me over on TikTok. Make sure you check out Queen Rise Up, my apparel. Queen Rise Up. Check out the t-shirts. If you guys don't know, you know I do TLC, Total Life Change. Make sure you get your health needs as well. But real talk, Queens, I love you this morning. Listen to me. Today's a new day. I do not see your comments. I do not. But I love you. You hear me? And may God leave the meat, take the bones. But real talk today. And some of you here today, you know exactly who I'm talking to. Let me have a sip. Exactly what spirit I'm talking to. Do you hear me? Exactly spirit. And that is real talk. I'm talking to you sideline players too. Security. Security. And this is security. Woo! This isn't personal. This is maturity. This is maturing. I gotta get up out of here. You guys, y'all join me on TikTok. 30 minutes. Self-love. Do you hear me? Have any questions, you're welcome to inbox me or leave or leave a comment. I'll go back and check them. Don't you worry about it. Do you hear me? And I do know what God has for me. It is for me. And what God has for you, it is for you. But if you're coming and you're getting and you're gaining, real talk. And may every seed that's been sown, may God multiply spirit, soul, and body. And whatever you sow, may you also reap. And I mean that today. Do you hear me? My God. It's a new day. Queen, it's a new day. 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 Walk in your boldness and your confidence in the things of God concerning you. It's a new queen, it is. Listen, you guys, make sure you join me over on TikTok for 30 minutes. Queens, I promise you, when you understand, when you really start moving in who God says you are, and you understand the cost of your oil. Did you hear me? When you understand the cost of your oil, you will treat it differently. You will also not allow others to mismanage you. The cost of your oil. And everyone has a measure. Everyone has a measure. And I'm sure it's cost you something. Everyone, you have a measure of. I'm getting ready to get up here. The room seems like a silent as a mouse. I ain't in your comments. I ain't in your business. I ain't in your feelings. I ain't in your nothing. I'm not. So I can't see your comments. The cost. If I told you, you'd be like, you should be inside you should be in a straitjacket, queen. Listen, real talk. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Been speaking to you in the middle of chaos. Do you hear me? Been empowering you while losing my family. Do you hear me? You're going to win some and you will lose some. Do you hear me? Because I kept pounding for what was righteous. The cost of the oil. Do you hear me? Queen, rise up from ashes to beauty. Because I decided to live and not die. Real talk. Y'all join me on the other side. We getting ready to do 30 minutes of walking it out. You gotta keep going. And you gotta keep pounding. Do you hear me? Encourage you while being delivered from areas of abuse. Did you hear me? I ain't gonna take you where I haven't been, and I ain't taking you where I am not going. I'm gonna help somebody today. The cost of the oil. I am who God says I am. I can do what God says I can do. I am the head and not the tail. I am above and not beneath. I am more than a conqueror. You are that of a royal priesthood. Queens, real talk. Do you hear me? You'll lose some. You'll win some. But you better keep walking. The cost of the oil. I'm going to have a sip. I ain't got your comments. We getting ready to go to the other side for 30 minutes of walking it out. Y'all make sure you join me over there on TikTok. My handle is Queen Rise Up #1. Real talk. Y'all join me. Make sure you check out QRU's apparel. Let's check out my line, the t-shirt line. We're working on the mug line. Don't start nothing this morning. Did you hear me? We're working on the mug line. Y'all just hold on, be patient, because everything takes a process. Listen to me, working on the mug lines, trying to work on some more different colors and different things like that. So just bear with me, and then get the weight and the cost and its totality for you to get your mug. So those are my homework that I'm doing on my side of the fence while operating in different areas of QRU Queen Rise Up, because there were so many things on the platform that you got to just take one process and one piece at a time. But real talk this morning. Listen to me, Queens. Don't you allow anybody to misuse your oil. Do you hear me? Don't you allow anybody to misuse your oil. And this is real talk today. Because your oil that you receive, not only does it break yokes, breaks chains, renews, but God leaves it to the brokenhearted, but also He teaches you how to create opportunities. Do you hear me? So value what you receive. You value it, and others will value you. I got this. Wow, listen, it's a new day. Did you hear me? It's a new day. It's a new day. Queens, I got to go. I see y'all on the other side. I'm not in your comments. I did not. And that on purpose, by design. May God bless you. I'll go back and look at them. And if I need to respond tomorrow, so be it. But today is a new day. Today is a new day. Thank you for joining me, whether you're on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. You guys be blessed. See you on the other side. Let's get ready for 30 minutes of walking out. It's a new day. We're going to restart, reset, and redo this thing. Do you hear me? Know that I love you. You guys be blessed. Welcome to Queen Rise Up, where we empower all women to know their worth. Woo! and come on, to know their worth and their value. Do you hear me? Listen, Queens, this is real talk. Somebody say it's a new day. It is a new day. I got to go. Know that I love you. Be blessed. See you in a few minutes on the other side on TikTok. Make sure you join me. Until you and we meet again, listen to me. Today is